the Gaza Strip.
News with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday, October 4th. I'm Katrina Smith. We have a lot to get to, but first, let's check in with meteorologist James DeFazio over in the Weather Center. And I don't think that we've talked about any rain for quite some time, James. And the foliage report has been somewhat muted, is the word for it, but it's still pretty.
Yes, absolutely. It's not enough to say that it's nothing worth beautiful. It's still incredibly beautiful. The foliage. It is a little bit muted, and that's a result of the lack of rainfall that we've had this summer, having a bit of an effect on the color of the leaves. The other issue with the lack of rainfall, some of the leaves are actually falling before they're actually able to change color. We're in past peak now in the extreme high peaks of the Catskills and the Adirondacks. From Old Forge across the North Country, we're seeing plenty of peak colors. If you get out anywhere north or south of Utica, you're going to encounter plenty of colors. We're nearing peak everywhere north of the valley. We will soon be nearing peak across the southern tier. Temperatures this morning all the way up into the low to mid 50s, 53 degrees at Griffiths at Rome. We're tracking an absolutely fantastic weekend of weather. Coming up, we're going to break down when the next chance for rain finally makes its return to the forecast. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. The death toll in
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday morning. As you can see, it's not only beautiful outside, but we have beautiful foliage up here on Smith Hill, and there's plenty of beautiful foliage across all of Central New York, and especially the North Country. Take a look at downtown Utica right now, where we're off to a beautiful start ahead of an absolutely beautiful weekend. We're going to see very, very warm weather for this time of year and very, very sunny skies. Very, very blue skies as well to start the day, and warm temperatures. We're really steadily rising. It did get chilly last night. We were down into the 40s, but we've rebounded nicely. Some of the North Country still in the upper 40s. Most of us have climbed up into the 50s. Again, some of the southern tier still hanging on to low 40s. They will quickly rise up into the 50s. We're not going to have a chilly morning. We're going to quickly rise. We're already up to 53 degrees with sunny skies in Rome, and this widespread sunshine is what's going to allow these temperatures to soar today. That combined with we're going to have a bit of a southerly breeze today, slightly breezy day. We're tracking a warm, sunny weekend. Rain makes its return midweek, and frost and freeze chances follow in the days following that towards the end of next week. Again, we steadily warm up this morning. Highs are actually going to be all the way up into the upper 70s, almost 15 degrees above average for this time of year. Highs around this time of year average right around 64 degrees. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet and dry as it has been for a long time, and it will stay that way today and through the weekend. An area of high pressure to the south is going to draw in warm, sunny weather for the entirety of our upcoming weekend. It's also going to create a southerly breeze with this clockwise flow around the low. We're going to get some wind out of the south. It's going to help draw in that warmer air throughout the entirety of the weekend. We're going to have warm weather through the beginning of next week. A cold front arrives Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning, bringing much cooler weather as we head into the second half of next week. Today, almost entirely sunny. We steadily rise in temperature up through the 60s, up into the mid-70s by the mid-afternoon, highs in the upper 70s across the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, a relatively warm night overnight. It doesn't cool off too quickly. This evening is going to be in the upper 60s. By tomorrow morning, relatively mild lows as well. Low 50s, low to mid 50s across the Mohawk Valley and southern tier. The North Country, upper 40s for lows. Tomorrow, again, even warmer. Widespread sunshine, highs all the way up into the low 80s. Today, highs around 79 degrees with mostly sunny skies. A look at your 7-day forecast. Dry weather continues for the next 3 days, and then some showery weather begins to work in Tuesday evening ahead of a widespread cold front that arrives on Wednesday. Widespread rainfall, those words haven't come out of my mouth in quite some time, but widespread rainfall finally back in the forecast for Wednesday. Some much needed rainfall will arrive with the strong cold front. Some chillier nights ahead after Wednesday as well. And yes, we have the Little Falls Cheese Festival today. Any guesses? I didn't.
How many different types of cheeses are there? I love cheese, and there's got to be a lot of varieties. I'm going to go with D.
You're correct.
Ha.
You are correct. Yep. And I also looked up what was the first type of cheese, and they believe that back in the Fertile Crescent, they made a soft cottage-like cheese. They said it probably was a cross between cottage and feta.
Oh, yum.
And that was the first ever created by accident back
Absolutely love it.
prehistoric.
Well, that was a good mistake who made that one. Thank you so much, James. Well, it's a beautiful weekend. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Get you right over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio, who is highlighting an interesting picture of what the weather has done, gosh, to our one of my favorite pastimes.
July 1st to now has just been insanely dry. We've lost an insane amount of water storage in all of our local waterways since July 1st, and it's really the rate at which we've lost. This is a boat that I discovered beached on about 30 feet offshore in the Hinckley Reservoir on Thursday, and it's not the only one. There are a few out there that are beached, and it's unfortunate, but fortunately, I can finally say for the first time in quite some time, we have rainfall back in the forecast for this upcoming week. Temperatures today rising steadily. We're going to be a very warm day today. We're already climbing up through the 50s after being in the 40s last night. 53 and sunny at Rome. Highs today in the upper 70s with widespread sunshine. Beautiful weather continues into Sunday. Coming up, we'll track that when rainfall comes to make its return in the middle of next week. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. One day after the State Division.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday morning. As you can see off our Cavity Tower Cam there, here up on Smith Hill and Deerfield, we have plenty of color on the trees, but there are still some greens in there as well. We're not quite at our peak point yet, but we're nearing it. We're absolutely nearing it. But north of here, definitely into peak. Take a look at downtown Utica, where mostly sunny skies have broken out and are going to continue for the entirety of the upcoming weekend. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend of weather and a very seasonably warm weekend. We're going to see very warm temperatures for this time of year. Currently, temperatures are in the mid-50s. We're actually cracking low 60s now across some regions along the I-90 corridor. The southern tier, low to up to mid-50s. The warm spot, Oneonta at 61 degrees. Griffith and Rome, 53 degrees with sunny skies. Again, these temperatures are going to steadily rise today. We're going to see a little bit of a breeze today out of the south. A little bit of a southerly breeze is going to help usher in some of the warmer air. We're tracking a very warm, sunny weekend. Rain makes its return midweek, Tuesday into Wednesday, and we're tracking the chance for frost and freeze to return after Wednesday for Wednesday night and for Thursday night. The next 12 hours today showing that we steadily warm up. It's going to be very, with the widespread sunshine, it's going to warm up steadily from the low 60s at 10 a.m., low 70s at noon, all the way up to the upper 70s. It's about 15 degrees above average for this time of year, for this date. We typically average a high around 64. We're expecting highs around 79 today. Dry weather continues on the Orville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar and will through the weekend. And that's thanks to this big area of high pressure currently sitting right near, just north of the Outer Banks off the Carolina coast. And it's going to help usher in warm, sunny weather. And this clockwise flow around the low is going to help bring in that southerly air. That southerly breeze helps bring in warm air. And it only gets warmer as we head into the second half of the weekend. Highs Sunday and Monday in the low 80s. Another warm day on Tuesday. A cold front works through Tuesday into Wednesday, bringing much cooler weather for the back half of next week. Much more normal temperatures for this time of October. Taking a look at the skycast for today, there's not much going on. It's plenty of sunshine. We warm up into the upper 70s. Tonight, it's not overly chilly. No frost chances. Lows in the upper 40s for the North Country. Low to mid 50s for the southern tier in the Mohawk Valley. Tomorrow, widespread sun and even warmer. Highs all the way up into the low 80s for the Mohawk Valley, the North Country getting into the upper 70s. Today, upper 70s for highs with mostly sunny skies. A look at your 7-day forecast. Dry weather continues until Tuesday. We're tracking widespread rain to make its return Tuesday into Wednesday. We're tracking a cold front that's going to bring much cooler weather to the region. Nicer weather settles in behind that for Thursday and Friday, but we are going to get some much needed rainfall. And that's why I'm asking this trivia question, because the Mohawk Valley Water Authority has made it known to us that at 11:95, they will start to take action.
1195, what do you mean?
That is the amount of feet that they reference at the gauge, 1,195 feet. And when it gets below that level, they take action.
So how many feet do we have left to go is your question?
Until we get down to 1195.
I'm going to go with my go-to C.
You're correct. Yep.
So we are that close to stepping in.
When we did our first Hinkley story a couple weeks ago, the water level was around 1202. And this morning it was, I have it right here actually, still pulled up.
Amazing, isn't it?
It keeps updating.
The pictures that people have been sharing, wow.
1198.25.
Sheesh.
Yes.
Interesting.
We're getting a little dangerously close. Luckily, they do have those water storage containers if that did happen.
And it looks like there's rain late in the second part of next week.
Tuesday night into Wednesday, widespread rainfall, and that will be very helpful.
Okay. Thank you so much, James. Well,
Forecast tonight with meteorologist James DeFazio. Something's missing there, and I can't put my finger on what is supposed to be. Oh wait, it's water.
Yeah.
Water. That's what's missing.
Yes.
Water.
A little bit of rainfall shortage. We're definitely in a significant drought at this point, and I took this picture Thursday on the Hinkley Reservoir, which is really receded. Our chief meteorologist Bill Cardis visited Lake Delta today, and Lake Delta is also just insanely low, and we're continuing to track rainfall. Luckily, we do finally have rainfall back in the forecast. Your foliage, we're taking a look across New York State. The extreme high peaks have hit peak and have now gone past peak. Everywhere north of the Mohawk Valley, plenty of color either near peak or at peak. We're going to continue to see fantastic conditions for leaf peeping. Tonight, temperatures in the low to mid 50s right now, and it's going to be a mild night overall. Tomorrow, simply a very beautiful day with very warm weather, highs up into the low 80s. Coming up, we'll take a look at when that rainfall makes its return. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. The Utica Rome
Forecast is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday evening. What a beautiful day across Central New York. Warm weather, beautiful sunshine, almost no clouds in the sky. Just a fantastic day across Central New York, and it's only going to continue into the second half of the weekend. Take a look at downtown Utica, where things are calm, temperatures are mild. We have clear skies overnight with calm conditions. We're not going to see any breezy conditions overnight tonight. It's a very comfortable night overnight tomorrow ahead of a very comfortable day for early October. 57 degrees with clear skies at Griffith and Rome. Calm winds and a dew point at 53. We're going to have to keep a close eye out on some patchy fog, but it won't be overly dense. We're tracking a very warm day tomorrow. Rain finally makes its return midweek this upcoming week, Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we're tracking some frost and freeze chances for the back half of next week. Lows tonight are going to be in the low to mid 50s for Utica and Rome. We're going to see lows a little bit cooler across the North Country and the southern tier, upper 40s in those locations. A couple areas of patchy fog. Glens Falls currently reporting 0 visibility. I don't expect us to get quite that dense or see quite that much fog, but a couple areas of patchy fog will develop before tomorrow morning and then begin to subside very quickly after sunrise. High pressure continues to drive our weather through the day on Sunday, continues to drive in very warm air. Our next weather maker beginning to show up here as we head towards Tuesday morning on the bigger picture. And these showers are in association with a cold front that's going to be working through later in the day on Tuesday. These showers are not going to arrive until later in the day on Tuesday. We're tracking that rain to arrive Tuesday night into Wednesday. Dry weather in New Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, that continues through the weekend and into Monday. And again, high pressure off the East Coast today, continuing a clockwise flow, a little bit of a southerly breeze, helping usher in that sunny, warm, those sunny, warm conditions across central New York. Tonight, again, low's not going to be too low. Relatively mild temperatures across the North Country, upper 40s for lows, low 50s across the southern tier, low to mid 50s across the Mohawk Valley. Tomorrow, widespread sunshine, going to be tough to find a cloud. Highs in the low 80s for most and upper 70s for the North Country and southern tier. And yet again tomorrow night, slightly cooler with clear skies yet again, mid to upper 40s across the North Country and low 50s for Utica and Rome. And we continue the warm weather into the beginning of Monday. Highs on Monday again in the upper 70s. We're tracking rainfall to make its return Tuesday into Wednesday. We look to get a widespread rainfall, but it doesn't look to fall entirely on one day. Looks like Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, the rainfall arrives. Rain falls overnight continuously. The second half of Wednesday, we completely dry out. Drier weather settles in for the rest of the week.